I needed to market my indie game. So other than this YouTube channel right here and other stuff I created, I decided to make a Steam page. Small problem, the game is nowhere near ready for me to do that, and Steam pages are more effective the longer they are present before the actual release. So I needed to improve my game fast. Obviously, as you might have seen on my channel, I created a Steam page already. The question is, did I do it on time? So while I get ready for this challenge, you can go in the description at any point in the video and wishlist the game if you think it sounds interesting. This project is free, as it is to wishlist, and it helps me a lot. So now, let's get to it. This is the house where pretty much the entire game takes place. It is currently not decorated, and I want to change that. In the last project, decorating interiors was a bit of a hassle, but this time I had an entire GDD with many pages on the story. Thanks to that, I knew what these people might have in their house. For example, they moved in pretty recently, and therefore there are a lot of boxes and other things in this room. Also, in the last few weeks of fall, they harvested the crops planted by the last owner. They kept them in this room and they started selling them now in winter for a bit of a greater profit. I wasn't expecting to have this much fun doing this, but the house is almost ready. I'll definitely tweak things a bit before the release, but for now it's good. Now to some sound design. These were the footsteps before. Yeah, I also don't hear anything. These are the footsteps now. They even work on carpets, stairs and snow, of course. I also had to add a few more mechanics that I had in my GDD. Firstly, I finished this plant. Collect water cans to water it, grow it to its full size, and you get a disc, because yes. I also finished the music thing. All discs. I also finished the music thing. All discs are in there. So all the discs are there and the music actually finally plays like it's coming from the player. And it also looks much better than the one I created in Blender. I also added a cat that you can pet and it jumps. You can leave some names in the comments and I'll choose one from there. I then added a stove, but it looked bad, so I decided to turn it into a fireplace. You must add wood to keep the fire up, or else you'll start freezing and you won't be able to sprint. It looks good, and with this hot fire to warm our feet, we can move to something even hotter. Oden. Right now it looks like a pile of shit. Wait, I already did that joke. Well, I can't say I really improved the volcano, but I improved the surroundings and I made the earthquakes drop rocks. And I added even more smoke. I also changed the main menu map to this. This is how it looks and how it sounds. Turn left to reach Volcano Oden. Bitch, it's erupting, get the f out of there. If only it was that easy. Alright, enough hotness, let's go back to being cold, alone and depressed. This forest is way too small. It doesn't give me the impression of being lost. Okay, never mind, now it looks much better. I also added other stuff to make it look better, like volumetric fog, but I don't have footage with how it worked. Well, actually... So this is how it looked before, and this is how it looks with the fog. And the fog scattering plugin as well. In the first devlog-like video I did, I said that painting trees made me feel like an artist. I then created a landscape around it, and I covered it with beautiful foliage. I felt like an artist drawing my life project. Well, I decided to take that a step forward and I started painting those few paintings. This landscape-like thing, Oden, whatever this is, and finally this painting with the 4 family members. And the best part, when anyone dies, they disappear from painting. I then went ahead and added a lot of random blueprints. My favorite is this one. There are 3 swords. Whatever, who cares. Even after the killer breaks in, they surely won't. Why is one of them gone? Okay, we'll ignore that, and I will tell you for the 100th time that I finished the phone. I added objectives and I replaced some meshes, and this is how it looks now. On the subject of telling you for the 100th time, I can say that I remade the script. Yay, it's only like the 15,000th time. But this time I'm not changing it again, I hope. I started making the house Christmas themed, but more on that next time as I still haven't finished. I added all collectibles, notes, phone upgrades, and then I went to the more uninteresting stuff like improving performance and bug fixing. One more thing for any dev that might be here, the project kept crashing and I had no idea why. That's part of the reason I kept improving performance. Well, to fix it, I just filtered the content like this and fixed those. That was it. But the question is, was this enough and did I do it on time? Well, yes, you actually don't need a trailer to create a Steam page, so I could have added everything in this video without having to hurry so much. Well, if the game sounds interesting, please wishlist it as it helps me out a ton. Next up, I need to manage the voice acting and animations. These are the parts I fear the most, so wish me luck and see you next time. That is, if I manage those two things. Thank you for watching.